If Honorable Itito belongs to a political party, the fact that it is on record, it is public information, it is out there that he has spoken openly against another community, in fact inciting, which is one of the triggers. Incitement is one of the triggers, one of the core 6 triggers that cause electoral violence. That party should take responsibility and hold to account a member like him. And if he doesn't belong to a political party, then no party should touch a member who openly castigates other communities like that. And if the parties do not take action, if he belongs to a party and the party does not take action, then according to the code of conduct we have, which is law, Political Parties Act 2011, that party must cease to operate because it is harboring people who are inciting violence in Kenya. So the Registrar of Political Parties also has an action to take, and the IBC cannot accept a list that brings forward rogue members. Let me just say rogue members of political parties who are openly inciting. And I'm saying this is irrespective of what the judiciary rules. Because you see, already after those comments, deaths have already been witnessed. So if you do not take action immediately, it means another politician is going to speak that way, another one is going to speak that way, and another one. And we are a delicate nation right now. We are still healing from the 2008 wounds, and we do not wish those wounds to be reopened. It is politicians who drove us to the crisis that we went into, and we are saying politicians cannot afford to drive us back there. But the institutions that are responsible right now, the Registrar of Political Parties is responsible to making sure that all political parties adhere to the political parties' code of conduct and ethics. And the IBC is also responsible. There is also an election in the Elections Act. There is also a code of conduct. They must make these codes of conduct work. They must instill life into these codes of conduct, and they must discipline the parties. If the party does not discipline its members, those two institutions must discipline the parties. I think it's important for us to publicly and as loudly as possible make political parties aware that we cannot have a violent election anymore, and that all of us have to do everything in our power to make sure that we have a peaceful election. But specifically for CMD, we speak directly to the parties because they are our members. We speak directly to them, and we talk to them about the various causes or various things that could be assumed to be issues that are related to intolerance, incitement, political posturing, that all cause violence. We talk to them constantly about these things so that they can internalize them. And by internalizing them, they can be able to speak to their members about them. We are also putting a notice to member political parties that a member political party that is harboring rogue politicians that are inciting citizens is not going to be acceptable at CMD. We also have a code of conduct at CMD Kenya, and that code of conduct speaks of dialogue, encourages dialogue and encourages peaceful coexistence, not the kind of language that we are seeing. So we would like political parties, not just their members in the capital here, but also at the county level, to be aware that there are certain behaviors that are not going to be acceptable because they do in fact impact on the way the citizens behave. Constitutionally, as a nation, we have secured the 2/3 rule to the extent that it cannot even be changed unless by the people of Kenya through a referendum. And I do not think this nation is about to have a referendum between now and March 2013. The political parties now can work towards gender quotas. Each political party should be able to work towards gender quotas. If, for example, every political party of the 53 political parties gave a third, even say the minimum, a third that of all their nominated members are women, the ones that are going to vie, it means we are going to have 53 times so many women out there who will be put, who will be, you can calculate 53 times a third of 290, whatever that number is. And it is not absolutely correct that Kenyans cannot at least elect a number from those. And if then we have the political parties provide maybe 30 women, let me put a minimum number, maybe 30 women, then, and we already have 47 through the normal, through the constitution, then it means we may only have to nominate about 10 or 15 women. And that's why it's also important to support the affirmative bill, because the affirmative bill that's in Parliament, that is in the House right now, is trying to give us an elasticity, an extension, so that if, for example, we do not meet the threshold of a minimum of 117 women in Parliament, we have a solution. And the solution must come before the election, not after the election. So I'm saying political parties can have gender quotas within their parties, but they can also urge and mobilize their members of parliament to support the affirmative bill. And if they do that, we will actually have solved the problem of this one that's looking like a crisis. We can resolve it like that instantly if the political parties acted and whipped their members into action.